5 decades across the national and New South Wales top flights. It's an original Western Sydney derby to kick off round 6 in the New South Wales National Premier League, and it's a pleasure to bring it to you across the Football New South Wales channels on YouTube and Facebook. I'm your match caller, Tony Tanous. Remember, we're live and interactive, so share the stream, leave comments throughout, and if you are on Twitter, use the hashtag NPL NSW. Time to take a look at the lineups, and for the hosts, Marconi Stallions, no changes to the side that beat Harkoa 3-1 last week. In goals, Nenad Vekic, a back four of Yanni Nicolau, Zach Cancross, Roberto Speranza and Giorgio Speranza, a midfield three of Brendan Vella, Sean O'Connell and Marko Jesic, and a front three of Mitch Malia, Miran Pavlovic, playing against his old club, and Anthony Frangi. And for the visitors, Sydney United, they make one change to the side that scored a 3-2 win on the road last week against the Sutherland Sharks. Miro Vlastelica bringing in Matt Sim for the injured Adrian Vlastelica. In goals, it's Tom Manos, a back four of Jordan Roberts, Anthony Tomilic, Liam Rose, Matt Sim. The holding midfielders, Tariq Meyer and Yanni Prakatis. And a front four of Josh McDonald, Glenn Trefiro, Sam Perry, and up front, Patrick Antelmi. What a build-up to this one. Get set. One of the original derbies in Australian football. Marconi Stallions hosting Sydney United. What a build-up it's been. A massive walk-up gate here at Marconi Stadium. Huge buzz around this one. It is the place to be across Sydney. And I hope you'll enjoy the coverage we bring to you across the Football New South Wales channels. Sydney United will be running left to right, and it's Patrick Antelmi who'll be kicking us. Referee Tim Danaskos gets proceedings underway, and it is United who go long early through Tom Manos. Climbing there for Marconi, Zach Cancross, and now they find Pavlovic, fresh off a brace last week in that 3-1 win over Harkoa, and now down the right-hand side, a chance early for Marconi, and they score in the opening minute! It is Mitch Malia on the left side of the attack! The tactical adjustment from Peter Tsakenes. Frangi it was with the supply down the right-hand side, and the front three get proceedings underway, and the actives behind the goals. One of the new additions here at Marconi. The atmosphere here is electric, and it's the Stallions, the host, who take an early lead here. 1-0, Mitch Malia with his first of the season, and what a time to produce it. What a start here at Marconi Stadium. The hosts take a lead. It was Pavlovic playing it out to Anthony Frangi, taking on Sim down that far side. And now it's United looking to hit back quickly. Perry with the cross, and it finds McDonald at the back post. Now on the edge of the box is Tariq Meyer. Lays it off to Pekatis. Can't get that one down, but action at both ends. An incredible atmosphere here at Marconi Stadium, bringing back some memories over this traditional rivalry. Two teams that met back in the National Grand Final, 1988. Met countless times across the national competition and also now the New South Wales top flight. And Marconi have come out breathing, confidence flowing from last week's 3-1 win over Harkoa. Frangi with a great start. Now he's trying to find Malia again. This time, Roberts just about does enough defensively for the visitors. Under pressure early. Frangi's been used to starting on the left-hand side for the Marconi Stallions so far this season. Malia's been starting on the right, but a bit of an adjustment. Perhaps a surprise from Peter Tsakenes, and it's paid dividends early on. Marconi, one of the fancied sides, and now Miriam Pavlovic is in behind, in the box. Chance to hold it up, just touch He's holding up on the surface here now, waiting for Malia. Can he keep it in? In the end, it's comfortable for Manos. Mirjam Pavlovic, no doubt, keen to make a big impression against his old club. Ball over the top there. This time Tariq Mayer trying to find Josh McDonald. Certainly for Marconi, confidence. Peter Tsakinis did talk about that on the back of last week's win. Made a couple of adjustments at the halftime break against Hakoah. Came out breathing in the second half. Really took it to the visitors. It's an early crunching tackle on that far side. Expect plenty of heat in this one. Tim Danaskos with the job. And an experienced trio of officials to assist him. We've got Lance Greenshields as the assistant referee on the near side. An experienced A-League assistant. John Park on the far side. Very experienced NPL New South Wales official. And the fourth official, Craig Fisher, another of the most experienced officials. So this game, plenty of hype and build-up around it. And you saw that explode in the opening minute. An incredible start. Mitch Malia opening the scoring in the opening minute. Now Marconi over the set piece here. Inside it goes! And what an opportunity that was. Frangie heading just wide. The players relishing the atmosphere here. Excellent delivery on that far side. And Frangie, what a start to the game for him. One of many big name signings for the Marconi Stallions in the off-season. Frangie coming across from Hakoah. Like Malia, has taken a bit of time to settle into things, but you can just see in the last week or two, really starting to grow in influence. Both building their volume of assists. Frangie got one last week, another assist now early in this game. Malia was able to plant one on the head of Mirjam Pavlovic last week. An excellent delivery from that left-hand side. From the right-hand side, in fact, on the left foot. But you can see the confidence growing for a couple of the big recruits for Marconi. One of the most talked about teams in the off-season. And here they are. Malia's available. They've slipped it in behind here. Malia, can he make it too? Great save there, Manos. And now it's a second chance for Frangie. Manos gathers comfortably. A great opportunity, that one. What a terrific ball and behind. Malia it was with a great opportunity to make it two. And Jesic, who's already got 3 for the season. Now he gets it into the back post. Manos with a couple of key pieces of work in goal just to absorb a little bit of this early pressure from the hosts. Started last week's game extremely well against Hakoah. And then it sort of fell away a little bit. But right now they are the dominant force in this one. And what a great atmosphere. Here's Perry on the left-hand side. Dealing with that at the near post was Zach Cancross. Now it's a battle in midfield. Working back was Jesic. And now it's a chance to slip Malia in. Trying to take on Jordan Roberts, who's had an outstanding start to the season. But he's been asked some defensive questions here. Malia gets it across. Pavlovic it is. Gets it inside looking for Jesic. And now United can build through Matt Sim. Back into the starting lineup today for Miro Vlastelica. An early touch here for Antelmi. Hasn't seen much of the action so far. United have been on the back foot. Here's Tomilic now. Roberts goes forward. What a battle that's already building up down this side, this near touchline. Roberts does love to get forward. And he's got a defensive job on Mitch Malia. Here is Roberts in the front third. Key part of United's attack. What a tactical battle already brewing on this near touchline. Vlastelica will no doubt want to send Roberts forward, make Mitch Malia do the defensive work, keep him away from the other end. And vice versa for Tsakenis. He's made that tactical adjustment. And it's paid dividends early on. We're 9 minutes into this one at Marconi Stadium, Bosley Park. Talk about that separation of grounds, less than 2 kilometres. And it's a terrific crowd that's made the short trip over. Talk about that off-season recruitment for Peter Tsakenis. This man, Zach Cancross, has come across from Blacktown City, along with a couple of teammates in defence. Here's Jesic getting forward. Chance for Jesic, and he scores his 4th of the season. Marconi Stallions take a 2-0 lead here. Jesic catching Sydney United asleep at the back. Pouncing on a long ball from Cancross. And Jesic is in terrific form early in this season. Scores his 4th, carrying on from the excellent form he showed last season. And the Stallions, 10 minutes into this one, and they've come out on fire. 2-0 it is. Jesic adds to the earlier goal from Malia. And Marconi making a statement here early in this game. Much talked about in the off-season as one of the big title contenders. Sydney United coming into this one on 8 points. In 4th spot. Marconi on 6 points, 2 wins out of 5. But they're making a statement here. Now the ball down, yes it is again. Hope you're enjoying this one across our Football New South Wales channels. Be sure to engage in the comments. If you are on Twitter, we've got a couple of hashtags going today. NPL New South Wales. Also, use Western Sydney Derby, one of the original traditional local rivalries. And it's the Stallions who've started this one with the ascendancy on the front foot, the confidence of that second half performance last week. Peter Tsakenis, I mentioned, did speak about that in the wash-up to last week's 3-1 win. Their 3rd home game on the trot. They've got another one next week here against the Sutherland Sharks. So it does give the Stallions a chance to build a bit of momentum. Goes against the grain a little bit in terms of what we've seen throughout the season. The away sides have been dominating. But here Marconi, the hosts. Chance with the set piece here. Back post was Cancross. Manos comes out and gathers though. That time it was Malia over the dead ball. Sim now into the feet of Trefiro. Rare touch for him early in this game. Scored a brace last week in that 3-2 win over the Sharks. Set up the 3rd as well. Great outing for the play they call Tricky. Certainly need him to get on the ball now. Try and get this deficit back. They weren't Panic United. They have come back this season. Here's Trefiro. Come back a couple of times. Saw them do that on 2 occasions against the Wollongong Wolves in a featured game. Back in round 3. 2-2 draw on that occasion. And they have had great success on the road so far. Sydney United played 2 on the road. Beat Blacktown City back in round 2. And then last week on the road at Sutherland. Here they are with Trefiro getting it out to that far side. Now McDonald trying to drive at his immediate opponent in Giorgio Speranza. Donald, the player who came out of the A-League system, was at Wollongong last year in the NPL, got the move over to Central Coast Mariners, wasn't really able to establish a position there. So he's come back to familiar territory for him in coach Miro Vlastelica. They were together at the Sydney FC Academy. And he's made a good start to life at Adensa Park. Involved in the awarding of this free kick. It's Matt Sim and Trafiro who are over the ball here. Can United hit back? We're in the 14th minute. Marconi leading this by 2-0. The referee, Danaskos, just having a word in the middle. Bit of jostling for position. Tomalic is in there, one of the central defenders, goes to the back post. Tomalic was certainly the aim there. Tariq Mayer trying to apply the squeeze here as Marconi try and build up encounter. They hurt United encounter moments ago for Jesic's goal. Frangia this time dispossessed. Sim under pressure. And Manos can clear long. Liam Rose. And now United can build through McDonald, who has a chance to go at Giorgio Speranza. Trafiro's inside. McDonald just holding him up. Speranza giving O'Connell, the skipper, time to drop in and double up there. Good defensive work from the Stallions. La Stala in good voice. The new active fans for the Stallions. Here they are. United though, through Roberts. We've talked about how much he loves to get forward. It's been a great season for him. So far, but he's got a bit of defensive work to do working back. In fact, it's Malia who's tackled here. So it's another set-piece opportunity for the Stallions. End-to-end action. Both teams on the front foot here, and it's going to be the first yellow card. Is that Yanni Perkatis there? So Perkatis, the first player booked. Jesic, what a set-piece taker he is. He's delivered some absolute gems for the Stallions last year. This year, really taken off where he left last season. And here he is with a set-piece. Inside it goes, Pavlovic! And there's the third! Miriam Pavlovic with his fourth of the season, scoring against his old club. And the Stallions take a 3-0 lead here. And we're only 17 minutes into this one. Pavlovic celebrating in front of the United faithful. What a start to his season. Miriam Pavlovic. The electric atmosphere here. Marconi Stadium is rocking to the tune of the Stallions at the moment. Pavlovic out injured last season. The rehab is proving a great success. 4 goals to start his season. A brace last week. The confidence flowing. And Pavlovic just can't stop scoring. Hot on the heels now of the competition's 2 leading scorers in Thomas James and Chris Payne. United rocked early here. Physicality of Marconi. The danger at set pieces. Jesic with the beautiful delivery. We spoke about that. Usually on point. And he delivered a gem there to Pavlovic.
Marconi leading 3-0.
And this is quite the scoreline here. United, one of the big guns heading into this season as well. Great recruitment from Miro Vlastelica in the off-season. We'll see a couple of the prize recruits on the bench in Sebastian Gallejos, the Uruguayan, and Peter Simonovsky, who's signed from the Wollongong Wolves. So certainly Vlastelica has a couple of attacking options on the bench, and he may have to revert to that earlier than he expected here. But they have a set piece. They're starting to mount up for both sides. And it's Matt Sim, who's already scored one this season from a set piece. Not sure this angle will necessarily suit something direct on goal. Nenad Vekic has put his wall up here. McDonald's also over this one. Pavlovic back helping out in defence. McDonald leaves it for Sim. Inside it goes. Too close to Vekic though. And he can roll through Brandon Vella. And now Marconi on the transition again. Here is Frangi driving at the United defence. Waiting for the support. Vella trying to get forward. Frangi on the second ball. Straight at Tom Manos though. End-to-end action. Two teams that love to get on the front foot. Love to get it forward. Marconi perhaps a little more direct. United love the patient build-ups. At the moment it is the Marconi template that's working. They're putting the pressure on United. Forcing them to scramble in midfield. They get this one under control though. And here's Roberts who finds Antelmi. Making the run forward, Trafiro. Now Antelmi. Tariq Mayer it is, switches it over to the left-hand side for Sam Perry. Chance for Perry! Goes direct on goal. Just couldn't quite keep that one down. But good switch there from Tariq Mayer. Strong work from Antelmi. Better signs there for Sydney United. Tariq Mayer certainly looks like he's pushed up a little bit out of that holding midfield, trying to get forward and support Trafiro. But at the moment they've got a bit more defending to do. It's Sim who clears. Player who has featured in the front third for Sydney United the last couple of seasons. Called into action at left back. A couple of defenders injured for Sydney United. Battle there in the middle. Mayer it was against Malia. Player stayed down at the other end. Pavlovic it is. Back on his feet now. Just limping away from the scene of that collision. Looks like he might be getting some treatment here. Taking a bit of the heat out of this one. Gives us all a chance to take a breather. What a frantic start it's been. Hope you've enjoyed it. Tony Tanous with you across the Football New South Wales channels. One of the 445 live streams across the Football New South Wales scene this season. The men's top flight, all the games there. Pavlovic loving the attention here. Player who loves a big occasion, has spent some time in the A-League system. Big game player, and he's loving this. One of three games live across the Football New South Wales men's top flight tonight. Sutherland at half-time, 0-0 between the Sharks and Manly United. And over at Lambert Park, Sydney FC against Blacktown City, that one remains 0-0 as Vekic comes off his line. McDonald's in behind here. And forcing Speranza, Roberto to clear. Good drive out of midfield there from Josh McDonald. Forcing Vekic into a decision. And Roberto Speranza had to come to the rescue. Here is Tariq Mayer now, getting it to Trafiro. Popping up on that left-hand side for United. As Perkatas switches the play. Perkatas now. And there is Tomalic just clearing up for United. Referee just taking a bit of heat out of the action. It's a bit going on in the background. Referee just making sure that things are under calm here. The officials have it under control. Talk about the tension and the build-up and the rivalry that dates back so long in this one. It's been hot on the field. Marconi have the lead. A 3-0 lead. The goal's coming from Malia. Jesic. And also Mirjam Pavlovic. As things settle down in the outer. Still pretty hot on the field. Here is United. Getting it forward. Now Speranza back to his brother Roberto. Those two players that have come across from Sydney United. Sorry, in fact, it was Blacktown City. A couple of the key signings from Blacktown. I've mentioned Zach Cancross earlier. Mitch Marley are one of the scorers. They joined James Andrew, who came across at the start of last season. So the authorities just getting things back in order. Certainly Marconi have really put pressure on United. This created a bit more heat around this in the early going. If you just joined us, it is the Stallions who lead this, 26 minutes in. Throw in on that far side now. Looking inside, the keeper comes out. Strong gather by Manos. Certainly you can't blame him for the 3 goals. Tom Manos. Marconi's finishing has been clinical. Here he is, just trying to settle it down for the visitors. Tony Tanous with you across the Football New South Wales channels. Round 6 action in the New South Wales National Premier League. Here's Perkatis just settling it down. Challenge there coming on Jordan Roberts. Mitch Marley, we talk about that battle. Jordan Roberts, player who moved over from NPL 3 Fraser Park at the beginning of last season with Jason Kalina. Wasn't a permanent fixture in the side last season, but it's really come on leaps and bounds this season so far. Scored the winner midweek in an FFA Cup round 4 game against the Gladesville Ride Magic. 1-0 win to United. Here he is working back on Malia, who goes down and wins another free kick to the Stallions. So it's a set piece here to Marconi. Already 3-0 up. Both sets of fans look like they're back in their positions. Hopefully they just keep it to the active support. Bringing great atmosphere. But certainly lots of heat and tension around this one. Marconi wanting to make a statement early in the season. Here they are with Jesic. Inside it goes. That time it's Liam Rose with the defensive header. And Tariq Mayer clearing on the edge of the box. Now Roberts looks forward for McDonald. Foot race between him and Yanni Nicolau. Nicolau retaining his spot in the starting 11. Came into the starting 11 last week at the suspension of Nathan Milgate, who was sent off a fortnight ago here against Manly United. So Nicolau coming into the starting 11. Milgate still suspended for this one, serving the second game of his suspension as Marconi build. Now Pavlovic. Transition this from the Stallions. to Kenneth's side. On the front foot again. Pavlovic inside! And there it is! The fourth goal! It's that man again! Marko Jesic! The front four are on fire here! Pavlovic in behind. Jesic with the finish. And Marconi take a 4-0 lead here. Jesic scores his 5th of the season. And Pavlovic with the assist. Marconi's front four flowing with confidence now. And we're not even half an hour into this one. And the Stallions have taken a massive stranglehold here. 4-0 it is. End-to-end action. But United have been exposed defensively. Missing a few defenders for this one. Talk about Matt Sin coming in at left back for the injured Luke Vlastelica. Also no Yanni Frajogianis, Peter Markovic. Guys who started the season in central defence for Sydney United. So missing some big names in the heart of that defence. And it's really showing in the early going. Forced into playing a couple of holding midfielders in the heart of defence. It's been the story of their season so far. And they've been exposed a couple of times. The brace from Pavlovic last week certainly lifted his confidence. Not only contributing the goals, well, beautiful assist there, the ball in behind to Jesic. Still plenty of time in this one. United need a bit of a roll on here. Haven't really threatened Nenad Vekic. Mentioned those substitutions for Vlastelica. I wonder if he'll see a couple of changes. Certainly that Uruguayan player I mentioned, Sebastian Gallejos, out injured in the early part of the season, but came off the bench last week at Seymour Shaw. The same with Peter Simonovsky, prized recruit from the Wollongong Wolves. Terrific season last year, Simonovsky. He's had a couple of opportunities off the bench. Here is Malia. Now Speranza, Giorgio! Inside it goes! Pavlovic! That's 5 for the Stallions! 2 for Miriam Pavlovic! And Marconi have blown this one wide open. What a statement this is from the Stallions. Pavlovic has jumped the fence to celebrate with the fans. Hopefully nothing's too serious there. There's no injury there. Couple of flare points still popping up around the stadium this game. Who can predict football? That's why we love this sport. You just never know what you're going to see when you turn up. And this game, Pavlovic scores his 2nd. And hopefully everything's okay as we wait for the players to come back on the pitch. 2 for Pavlovic, 2 for Jesic. They both now go to 5 for the season. The other one from Mitch Malia. We'll just make sure we've got the full complement here. Danaskos having a chat to Pavlovic over there. Danaskos just having a chat to Sean O'Connell as well, and Pavlovic. He's had a yellow card for jumping the fence. Certainly got to keep his composure. Pavlovic, an exciting, heated game this one. But we don't want any inciting of crowd. Pavlovic with the double. And can you believe the Stallions are 5-0 up here at Marconi Stadium? Only 34 minutes into this one. Here's the ball out on the right-hand side now. Frangie hasn't got in the goal-scoring action himself. Yet to score so far. Player who got the double figures last season for Hakoa. A breakout season last year for Anthony Frangie. Part of that big recruitment drive by Marconi. And the front floor, excuse me, the front four are flourishing here at the Palace. As the authorities just try to keep a lid on things here. An incredible evening so far. Now, Marconi again with some space. Finding lots of pockets between the midfield and defensive line. Really causing some damage is Jesic. But it was Giorgio Speranza bursting out of left back. What a run it was from him to tee up Pavlovic for the 5th. As we just try and take a breather here. What a game it's been. Tony Tanous with you across the Football New South Wales channels. Certainly talked about the build-up to this one and the atmosphere here in the stadium. They've delivered some absolute classics, these two, over the years. And delivered some incredible nights of football. This one certainly will go down as one of the big ones. What answer do United have here? Marconi speaking to a couple of their players. They certainly feel that this type of performance has been coming. Probably feel that they haven't got the rewards. A couple of weeks ago here, they felt Manly probably pinched it right at the death. A late penalty tucked away by Brendan Chalakian. Felt they probably deserved at least a point on that occasion. Dominated most parts earlier in the season against Rockdale. They lost that one 2-1 to Rockdale. Back in round 2. So certainly let some points slip here at Marconi. But they've got a 5-0 lead here. And they're building up through Malia. Keeps it and moves in the box. Taking on Roberts. And now it's Pavlovic again, using his body well. The strength there just to hold it up. And now the show from Mirjam Pavlovic. Now Antelmi has to try and take a bit of control. One of the leaders for United. As Sim goes around Perry. Here they find Trefiro. But again, Marconi swarm all over United and they pinch the ball. Jesic looking long. Really part of their game plan. Peter Tsakenis likes to get that ball forward quick. And that front four really starting to flow today. Perry battling away. Again, it's Marconi who win it. Vella, who was terrific here a fortnight ago against Manly. Driving forward. It's a free kick. The foul on Mirjam Pavlovic there. Vella it was, pinching the ball in midfield. Last year's Player of the Year for the Marconi Stallions. Was outstanding for Peter Tsakenis' side when they came back up from NPL 2 into the top flight. Last season, just missed out on the finals. They come into this season as one of the clear favourites with their recruitment. Big budget, big spend. Here they are with Cancross, looking to extend the lead even further, but it is a foul by the central defender. United just not been able to get a foothold in this game. Marconi in their face. Really asking some questions physically. Here's Vela competing now with Percates. He's got to be careful. He's on a yellow. Had a great start to the season, Percates. O'Connell and Vela really controlling the midfield along with Jesic. Cancross wins that one. Now Pavlovic, chance to drive at Liam Rose. Pavlovic goes inside. Now he's taking him on again. Milio Pavlovic! Went for the hat-trick there. In the end, Manos got down. But excellent skill again from Pavlovic. What a switch that is. Beautiful from Tomalic. Perry finding a bit of space now. Making the run forward. There was Antelmi. Excellent run off the ball. Perry couldn't quite get it past Frangi though. Need more of that from Antelmi. Perry certainly the type of player, we've seen that throughout the year, who can find a pinpoint pass. Tomalic in behind here for Roberts. Excellent start from Giorgio Speranza, the defensive work on that occasion. Now O'Connell into the feet of Pavlovic. Pavlovic turning one way and the other, confidence flowing. Talk about the goal scoring of Payne and Thomas James, who go into this round on 7 goals. Well, Jesic and Pavlovic have now moved to 5. Two of the big guns in this league. Big name front third players. Shows you the quality right across this competition. So much buzz around the season. And what a buzz around this game. Shows you the rising attention around the National Premier League, New South Wales competition. So even, so many good teams on any given day. You just can't predict who's going to turn up. And today it's Marconi who've really thrown down the gauntlet to not only Sydney United but the rest of the competition with this first half display. Speaking of Marconi, news a couple of weeks ago of a terrific partnership with Borussia Dortmund, the Bundesliga side. I have it on pretty good authority that Borussia Dortmund in their home game this week against Mainz will be announcing that in front of their crowd. So it shows you the rising attention around the National Premier League. Terrific that an NPL club can form such a partnership. Here's Speranza! Simides at the back post doing the defending. Marconi continuing to ask the questions in the box. Speranza getting forward from left back. Having a real influence on this one. It's taken a few weeks for the Marconi players to start to gel. Liam Rose now over the top. Cleared by Yanni Nicolau, player who spent some time at the West Sydney Wanderers Academy. Featured last year, probably got more game time than he expected. Breakout year for him. As Marconi come forward again, here's Vela! This time it's Manos with the save. Now back post, Malia lining it up. Manos yelling instructions to his defence there. Not happy about being opened up in transition yet again. And that time it was Vela driving out of midfield. Certainly got that in his locker, Brandon Vela. In the end, too close to the keeper. Marconi could have taken a 6-0 lead. Unbelievable scoreline here. Fella running the show out of midfield. This time he gives it up though as Perry looks forward. Can Antelmi get on the end of this one? Time and space. Trefiro tries to get forward and join him. Antelmi holding it up. Gives O'Connell the chance just to work back. The skipper for Marconi. Strong from Cancross. Too strong in the end for Perry, who works back here. Marconi building it up down the right-hand side. This time it's a yellow card. Frangie diving in after the loose ball. Tried to go on the dribble inside, did Anthony Frangie. But he joins Pavlovic in the book. Yanni Perkatis, the only player booked for Sydney United. Sudden quiet's gone over this ground, but it has been heaving here for 45 minutes. If you've just joined us, Tony Tanous on the Football New South Wales channels, across YouTube and Facebook. Remember, we're interactive. Leave your comments during the halftime break. Maybe catch up on scores at the other grounds. Try and give you an update there. In fact, it remains 0-0 at Seymour Shore between the Sharks and Manly United. Also 0-0 at Lambert Park, Sydney United. As the Sydney United build it in here. What a chance! Roberts it was! And he finished. Couldn't get that one on target. In fact, Vekic in the end with a terrific save. Roberts, we talk about his growing threat as an offensive right back. Scored the only goal for United in that midweek 1-0 win over Gladesville Ride Magic. From left back, this time venturing forward from the right. And Vekic forced into a save. Can they pull one back before the break? United. McDonald it is. Trying to drive it, Speranza. Goes past him. Giorgio Speranza, excellent recovery. He's had a terrific first half. But United finishing strongly here. 5-0 down. This one's just about, you'd think, beyond them. But if they can get one back here, still plenty of time. You never know. Football always delivers the unexpected. That's why we love the great game. Roberts now. Here's Trefiro. Trying to get one in behind the Marconi defence, but Roberto Speranza alert to that. Now it falls to Jesic. Happy to hold it up here and bring Yanni Nicolau in. Frangie looking for the switch to Pavlovic. Manos coming out of his goal again. He's produced a couple of saves, probably without Manos it might even be a bigger margin. Great ball from Trefiro there to find McDonald. Now it's Antelmi. Holding it up for Trefiro in the middle. Now the combination, Perry! Looking for Antelmi, but the flag's gone up. Lance Greenshields on the near side. Good little build-up, a sign of what Sydney United can do. Like to possess the ball. We saw them score an absolute beauty last week to win the game. 14-pass sequence, which started deep in their own half from a free kick. 14 passes later, a lovely combination on the edge of the box between Mayer and Trefiro. Flag's gone up against Marconi there. So certainly the kind of team that can produce some beautifully built-up team goals. But they'll take anything right now. As Antelmi was looking for the run out of midfield. No one on the end of that though. Vekic can again hit one of the targets. Was looking for Jesic on that occasion. Marconi pushing up defensively there, catching Antelmi offside. Now they go quick. How many times have we seen that? across the New South Wales National Premier League. Cancross with an early ball to Malia. Usually, historically, it's been for Blacktown City. Now it's working for the Marconi Stallions, who are just happy to slow it down here through Pavlovic and Malia. Eating some seconds. Pavlovic turns up the heat. What a heated game it's been. Vela with a delightful turn in the middle again. Malia using the strength. That's been a feature of this game so far. O'Connell, is he going to go in the book for that late challenge? Looks like he is. It's going to become the third Marconi player booked. So the skipper goes into the book. Joins Pavlovic and Frangi. A challenge on Yanni Prakatis. So it's maybe one more chance here for the Stallions before the break. They lead 5-0 if you've just joined us. Yes, it is. He's delivered a couple of beauties already. This one goes to the back post. Pavlovic was one of the targets. It falls to Frangi though. And that's the end of the first half. What a frantic half it's been. Marconi with a massive statement here at Marconi Stadium. The hosts take a 5-0 lead. Can you believe that? Into the break. Doubles from Miriam Pavlovic and Marko Jesic. And another one from Mitch Malia, who scored the opener in the first minute. It's been tense, it's been heated, and it's been brilliant football from the Stallions. Tony Tanous with you across the Football New South Wales channels. We'll have a short break, and we'll be back with more action in the second half. At the break, it is Marconi who lead 5-0. lead that looks like it will be very difficult for Sydney United to peg back. But at the break, it's been a tense game. So much buzz and build-up around this original Western Sydney derby. Two teams only separated by less than 2 kilometres. But they go back so far, and they have produced a night not to forget. A real buzz around this one. Looks like we might see a couple of changes. We're just waiting for the officials to join us for this second half. Got the players all out. In fact, Marconi came out after 5 minutes. They were back out on the pitch. Not much needed to be said from Peter Tsakenis' side. But our officials are back on now. Jun Park and Lance Greenshields just checking the nets. And Tim Danaskos back in the middle. Looks like we might see a change for each side. James Baldacchino, one of the recruits for Marconi from the Wollongong Wolves in the off-season. James Baldacchino looks like he'll be coming on. And Peter Simonovsky, also from the Wollongong Wolves, signed by Sydney United. So it's Zach Cancross who makes way. Just confirming that. Craig Fisher, our fourth official. And Peter Simonovsky, the striker for the Wollongong Wolves. Last year scored 12 goals for the Wolves. 12 out of their 23. Was a terrific season for him. And he's been out injured for parts of this early part of the season. But he comes on for Sam Perry. So they're going to go with two strikers up front in Antelmi and Simonovsky. We might see a bit of a tactical adjustment from Miro Vlastelica at the start of the second half. Certainly keep an eye out on that one. Tomilic gets it forward. United, what's Vlastelica addressed at the break? Can they get a foothold back into this one early in the second half? Still got Sebastian Gallejos, the Uruguayan import, on the bench. Still an option for Vlastelica. Made his debut last week for United. At the moment, it is them in possession through Trefiro. And now he looks in behind. Was looking for Simonovsky there. So Simonovsky's gone into the number 9 role at the heart of the attack, with Antelmi dropping out to the right-hand side in the number 7 role. Josh McDonald switching over to the left-hand side where Perry was. So that's a tactical adjustment from Vlastelica. Frangi now into the feet of Pavlovic, looking to combine there with Frangi. Rose away. Flag's gone up on that far side. Lance Greenshields. Free kick not taken on the spot. Mentioned two other games taking place across round 6 of the New South Wales National Premier League. No goals at Seymour Shaw. We're in the 83rd minute there. Sutherland Sharks taking on Manly United. Late drama there last week. As Malia comes forward down that left-hand side for Marconi. Dinks it inside. Straight at Tom Manos though. You have to feel for Tom Manos. Ball's gone past him 5 times. Still had to produce a couple of saves as well. One of those nights. Goalkeeper couldn't get a glove on much of that great finishing from the Stallions in that first period. The first from Malia, the second from Jesic, the third from Pavlovic. Then Pavlovic teeing up Jesic for the fourth. And then Giorgio Speranza overlapping down the left-hand side. 5 goals in the opening 32 minutes. Speranza teeing up Pavlovich for the 5th. Certainly be sure to catch up on the highlights of this one and all 6 NPL New South Wales Men's 1 games. They'll hit the Football New South Wales social pages come Monday afternoon. Great job by the media team at Football New South Wales, churning out so much content. Match reports from our great reporters that go around. Joe Russo here for this one. Certainly keep an eye out on his match report. Hopefully he's been able to keep up with all the action. Our photographers also featured right across all the NPL New South Wales grounds. Great images taken. Plus we've got a couple of great features. The Ultra Football Team of the Week, which Glenn Trefiro featured in last week for his 2 goals, along with Pavlovich as well. Going to see a second yellow card to the Reds. Liam Rose it is, who joins Perkatis in the book. So certainly keep an eye out on the Team of the Week early in the week. One of the great features. Also the Ultra Football Goal of the Week. Mentioned that beautiful team build-up last week from Sydney United. Their winner away to the Sharks, scored by Tariq Mayer on the end of a 14-pass sequence. What a goal it was. He's Malia growing in influence. Started the season off a little quiet by Peter Tsakinis' own admission, probably 60-70% at the start of the season. And you can see now that he's got him flowing, getting back to full fitness, the influence that a player like Mitchell Malia can have. Missed the second half of last season at Blacktown City with a long-term injury, so he's had the rehab over the off-season. Pavlovich also missed all of last season. So 2 players, they've been wrapped in cotton wool really in the pre-season, but starting to grow in influence. Here's Frangi down to Vela. Now he looks for one-on-one situation between Pavlovich and Tomalic. Tomalic covers that one well. Now comes out of defence, but he gives it away to Frangi. Lovely Maradona. And now he looks to get it in behind for Jesic. Pakatis doing the defensive work. Three more games across the New South Wales men's top flight tomorrow. Come back to that as Marconi looked to launch one in. O'Connell, in the end, tried to flick it over his head, but it only ended up hitting him on the hand. So United can come forward. Play breaks down on that far side. Chance to give you an update from around the ground. Sutherland Sharks still 0-0 over Manly United. Couple of minutes remain there. Sydney FC 0, Blacktown City 0 at Lambert Park. We're going to see that player I mentioned earlier. Come on now, Sebastian Gallejos, the Uruguayan import, player who came across last season to Hawkesbury in NPL 3. Impressed so much there, he drew attention, got himself a trial at the A-League level. He's ended up at Sydney United. Injured himself in a pre-season game, had a shoulder dislocated. Back in action last week, came off the bench against the Sutherland Sharks. Got 20 minutes in that game against the Sharks. Started midweek in that FFA Cup winner against the Gladesville Ride Magic. Got about 60-70 minutes in that one, did Gallejos. And so he gets on here with some 35 minutes remaining in this one. Marconi actives. La Stalla then moved to the other side of the Marconi Stadium here to get behind their team who's attacking that goal. Lots to celebrate in that first half. Are they going to be celebrating here? Trafiro can't get that one under control. It's another corner here for Marconi. Baldacino's gone forward for this one. Player said it was moved across from Wollongong. The punch comes though from Manos. And now Trafiro with the ball outlet to Tariq Mayer, trying to hold it up under pressure. Wins a free kick. They want to go quick here, United. Now it's Jordan Roberts. Had a great chance just before the half-time break to pull one back for United, but was denied by Nenad Vekic. Here's Sim. Into stoppage time at Seymour Shore. It remains 0-0 between the Sharks and Manly United. Looks like the Sharks have had a player sent off there. Certainly keep up with all that news and information on our NPL New South Wales pages as United build. Inside it goes, only as far as O'Connell though, and Marconi can come away with it. Turning it inside to Vela now. Yesic, what a season it's been from him. One of the stars of the New South Wales NPL top flight. Week after week, season after season, keeps producing it. Chatting to him ahead of the game, he certainly felt that Marconi probably deserved a few more points than what they've been able to accumulate. 6 points heading into this round 6 match, winning 2 of their first 5. But they've certainly turned it on in the first half here. Yes, it's a big influence. So is this man, Mirjam Pavlovic, trying to go for the hat-trick! Pavlovic across the face. The big man in great form and relishing the occasion here. Roberto Esperanza comes forward. So Yesic, it is over the corner now to the back post. Target there was Pavlovic again. Certainly sniffing around, very keen for his hat-trick. Player who spent some time in the A-League system at Wellington Phoenix. Then was very productive for Sydney United when he came out of the A-League. And he's made the move over to the Marconi Stallions, as I said last season. Unfortunately for him, out with an injury. But loving being back on the pitch. And loving the big occasion here as Roberto Esperanza gives that one up. A rare giveaway from him. Trafiro turns on that with the little fake. He's got McDonald over to the left. That's where he goes. McDonald ducks inside and now he tees it up for Gallejos. Gets it on the left for Gallejos! Can't get it on target. Brandon Vella's gone into the book. Tim Danaskos pointing to an earlier foul. Allowed play to go on. So Vella, one of the central midfielders alongside Sean O'Connell. Comes the 4th Marconi player booked. Joins Pavlovic, Frangi and O'Connell. It is that man. O'Connell turns it forward. Yesic now applying the press. Putting pressure on Tomalic, who wants to come out through Perkatis. Great touch there on that right-hand side from Mayer. Now Simonowski finds Trefiro, who can spread it out. Danaskos's referees pulled this one up. No advantage for Sydney United, so the foul coming against Simonowski there. Lovely touch in the build-up from Tariq Mayer. Another product out of the West Sydney Wanderers Academy. This guy's also spent some time at the Wanderers. Picatis with a nice ball. Mayer looks inside for Simonowski. Baldacchino away. So Baldacchino, a left-footed central defender. He's gone into left centre-back. Roberto Speranza's moved over to right centre-back, with Zach Cancross replaced at the half-time break. Lovely build-up this from United. Now Trefiro looking inside. McDonald's in the box. First touch a bit heavy. Gives Marconi a chance to pounce. And now they get it forward again. Pavlovic. Play on's the call this time. United certainly lifting the tempo. McDonald, this time his touch is better. Left foot cross. Frangie working back. No rewards for the player who moved over from Hakawa yet. Certainly been on the assist the last 2 weeks, Anthony Frangie. Still searching for his first goal in the Marconi green. Pavlovic searching for his third of the evening. Can give you a full-time score from Seymour Shaw, where it's finished 0-0. Sutherland Sharks and Manly. Manly now 3 games undefeated. 2 wins on the spin. We saw him beat Marconi here 2 weeks ago. 2-1 with a late goal for them. They beat Blacktown last week at home as Marconi come forward. Villa it was, trying the shot. Couldn't get it on target. So Manly continue to pick up points for Sutherland Sharks. Probably been better than their 3 points coming into this one suggest. Only 1 win back in round 1 against the champions Olympic, but they've been in every game. And again today they pick up a point, so they go to 4 points. Terry Palapanis' side certainly look, they'll be here. The visitors next week. Can't wait for that one. Sharks visiting Marconi Stallions. See if Marconi can produce another performance in keeping with this one here. The Sharks, as Gallegos comes forward, tries to dink it over the top. Looking for that combination with McDonald. He's dropped into that number 10 role alongside Trefiro. Behind Simonowski, so 2 twin 10s in Trefiro and Gallegos. Tariq Mayer's gone over to the right-hand side for United. It looks like Peter Tsekenis will go to his bench for the second time. Speaking of West Sydney Wanderers Academy, another graduate from that program, Liam Yulee, will be coming on. As Baldacchino gets it into the midfield. Malia finds his ex-Blacktown City teammate in Giorgio Speranza. Gallegos now. Again, great feat from him. Just to beat a player in the midfield. His ball though, a bit too heavy. What a track record he has, Sebastian Gallegos. As Liam Yulee prepares to come on here. Always a bit going on around this game. And another yellow card's been issued here. So Jesic has gone into the book. Arguments going on. Pavlovic trying to sort out his teammates. Mitch Malia in the thick of the action as well. But Jesic, the immediate player that Danaskos is talking to. And it looks like Liam Yulee will be coming on, making way. The skipper, Sean O'Connell. Pavlovich has done plenty of the inciting throughout this one. He's just trying to calm his teammates down here, reminding him they've got the 5-0 lead. O'Connell gives him the captain's armband here. Never far from the action. And that's the end of the night for Sean O'Connell on a yellow card. Certainly not worth risking in that centre of midfield. 2 players on yellows in O'Connell and Vella. So Liam Yulee gets a taste of the action here with about 25 minutes remaining. Yulee's dropped straight into that midfield alongside Vella. So a like-for-like change. Great touch there from Trefiro. Can United keep it in? Not quite. Under pressure there from Nicolau. United back in action next week on Easter Monday. Back at home against the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. So certainly if they don't pick anything up out of this one, that game becomes quite important. Marconi are going to leapfrog them here. Marconi, if they can hang on to this, will go to 9 points. United on 8. So that game becomes critical on Easter Monday next week. Trefiro finds Gallegos now. He's got Mayer over on that right-hand side. Feeds him. Tariq Mayer holds it up now for Roberts. Gets a second chance. And it's deflected off Marconi legs for a corner to United. Gallegos growing in influence. Good combinations again from United. And it's going to be McDonald who takes this one. Goes to the back post. Sims one of the targets. Over the top. Tomilic it is. And now it spills from Vekic. Fortunately for him, Brandon Vella's on the spot to clear for Marconi. Here's Liam Rose. Gallegos now! Straight at the keeper. Vekic took... Eventually picking it up on that second chance after it spilled. But Gallegos showing a bit of talent early on here. The Uruguayan international was the leading scorer for Uruguay. In fact, Golden Boot, among the Golden Boots at the 2009 FIFA Under-17s World Cup. Player, you may know, Haris Seferovic of Switzerland. So he was leading scorer, Gallegos, alongside Seferovic and a couple of others. So it shows you his pedigree. Played for the Uruguayan national team at youth level. Here he is on the ball. This time giving it up though. And now Marconi can counter-attack through Malia. Malia against Rose. Can't keep it down. Good opportunity there for Marconi. Pinching it high up the pitch as United have to take a bit of a gamble here. Excellent touch again, Tariq Mayer. Under pressure. Still able to keep his calm and keep the ball for United. This time it goes forward. Trefiro making the run out of the central midfield. Great first touch from Frangi to kill that. Wanted the throw. And he's going to go to Marconi in the end. The flag initially going up in favour of United. The officials working out. Vella gets it forward to Pavlovic and Jesic. There's that combination again. Already looking very potent. And that front four really making a statement in that first half. As I mentioned, next week the Sutherland Sharks come here. Be the 4th home game in a row for Marconi. They've now won 2 of the 3, it looks like, as United build it up down the right-hand side through Roberts. Inside it goes, Baldacchino. Picardis has his pocket pinched there by Pavlovich. Play on is the call. Advantage for Marconi. No one in the front third though. Vella makes the run out of midfield. Always willing to make those runs. Tomilic though reads it. And now Manos can clear. Pavlovich loves to drop off that front line. Help set up the play. Here he is flicking it out to Frangi. Tries to take his player on. Sim holding him up. Does well, Matt Sim. Excellent composure from the experienced player. Now McDonald into the feet of Simonovsky. Speranza using his body well. Villa. Picardis still working very hard. Winning a throw to the visitors. Frangi comes forward for Marconi. Now he slips it into Pavlovich. Manos gets down. A bit too close to the keeper there. You could see what he was trying to do. Looking for Malia at that far post. Wanted to go quickly. Eyes in the back of his head. Miriam Pavlovich. Excellent idea. Just a bit too close to the keeper. Chance to give you an update from Lambert Park where it remains 0-0. 78 minutes into that one. Sydney FC against Blacktown City. Great work from Gallejos through the middle there. Flag's gone up. Jun Park on that far side, right on the spot. But a lovely bit of build-up through the midfield. Gallejos certainly made a difference to the visitors, Sydney United. Some nice combinations, particularly with Tariq Mayer on that right-hand side. And he looks an exciting prospect for the team coached by Mirov Lastelica. Certainly for Mirov Lastelica, will be keen to get a couple of those defenders back, the likes of Giannis Gonzalez, as Frangi comes forward. Can't keep that one down though. Player scored some unbelievably spectacular goals in the 2018 season. Can certainly pack a strike from distance, so you don't begrudge him having a ping there. Here he is, picking up the loose ball and getting it forward to Jesic, who's also on a hat-trick. Jesic! Manos gets down, went across the keeper. Malia now. Chance to drive into the box. Dinks it up to the back post. Can't get it beyond Manos. Crazy to say it, but he's had a strong night despite the 5 goals conceded. Can't fault him for too many of those. His defence exposed a number of times. Lots of space in front of the Sydney United back four tonight. As Gallejos gets it out to the right-hand side. Now it's McDonald. Tariq Mayer's the nearest United player. Can they combine? That's where he goes, but getting a foot in there was Vella. Another strong showing from Brandon Vella. Nicolau. Certainly have had a couple of good weeks in the first 11. Mentioned Nathan Milgate out suspended for a couple of games for that red card against Manly a fortnight ago. So he missed last week's win over Hakawa, misses this one. He's available next week. It's been a day for Stallions, no doubt about that. You must surely caught up with the news on Winks earlier. And Marconi Stallions flowing. Can they get a sixth here? Pavlovich trying to apply the show. Now Frangi comes forward down the right hand side. Inside to Jesic. Here's Pavlovich driving into the box. The toe poke there did everything but the finish. Desperate for that hat trick. The battle between him and Jesic for the game ball. As we're about to see another substitution here, Luke Vlastelica coming on. Matt Sims, the player, replaced. 75 minutes into this one. If you just joined us, it is Marconi who lead this by 5-0. Tony Tanous with you. Across the Football New South Wales channels. More action tomorrow. Our cameras will be at WIN Stadium for the first time. The competition leaders at WIN Stadium, expecting a big turnout there. They'll be taking on the Mount Drawtown Rangers, who started the season well, but they've just had a slip up in the last week or so. Lost 2 on the spin. Thomas James in full flow with 7 goals. So certainly keep an eye on that one. Nate Patrick will be our caller for that. As Simonowski slips one in here. Tariq Mayer it is. And the save at the near post. Vekic it was. Lovely bit of work, Simonowski and Mayer. Vekic, despite the 5-0 scoreline, keeping his concentration there and producing an excellent stop against Tariq Mayer. Substitute comes forward for this one, Luke Vlastelica. But United goes short. In comes the cross. Pavlovich, and he's only as far as Tomalic. Can't connect. Comfortable for Vekic. Also tomorrow, another big one. Rockdale City have had some big news during the week with parting ways with Paul Reed, their manager. Nick Pareca stepping in, the technical director, on an interim basis. So it's been a big week for Rockdale City. 3 losses in a row after a good start, where they picked up a point against United. Then they beat Marconi in round 2. 3 losses in a row. They're at home tomorrow to the champions, Sydney Olympic, themselves coming off a loss against Wollongong Wolves last week. Adam Santaros will be with you for that one. He's Frangi to the back post. Now it's Pavlovich on the edge of the box. Going to work again. This time Rose gets the block in. So an important game for both teams there, Rockdale and Sydney Olympic. And the other one, John Nicholas Kutniak from Hensley Athletic Field. Another enticing game between Harkoa. They've had a very solid start to the season. They lost last week here at Marconi, but they've been very good at home. Frangi drives forward. Good block though from Vlastelica. They're hosting the high-flying Apia Leichhardt Tigers. Apia with 4 wins out of 5 on 12 points. Breathing down the neck of the Wollongong Wolves. What a game that promises to be. So join Nicholas Kutniak for that one. 3 big ones across the men's one tomorrow. Round 6. We're only in the early part of the season, but it's already hotting up. Marconi with a 5-0 lead here. They go to the near post. Inside it goes. Can they get some pieces on the edge? United look to clear. Yuli picks up the loose ball. Battling away there was Gallejos. The Uruguayan comes away with it. Now Roberts comes forward as he wants to do. Can't get it past Baldacchino though. And Yuli happy to settle it here. Through Giorgio Speranza. Looking to hit Pavlovic. Excellent work from Marconi. Hold it up in that front third. Pavlovic has been very strong. His link-up play with his teammates. Frangi stays down after a heavy collision there with Vlastelica. Hopefully nothing too serious for Frangi. It's a free kick to United, but we'll go back. Get some treatment here to Anthony Frangi. Heavy knock there on the shins. Looks like he'll be okay. Marconi with one substitution left. I wonder if he'll get to see one of the youngsters here at the club in Lachlan Sepping, a 16-year-old who scored 4 goals in a midweek FFA Cup round 4 game against the Abbotsford Juniors Football Club. A big night out for the youngster who's part of the Joey setup, the under-17s. He's on the bench today. But in the meantime, it is United coming forward. Excellent dribble there from Simonovski. Draws the foul and wins a penalty for United. Chance of a late consolation here, but direct positive play from Peter Simonovski. Getting the ball down, driving at the Marconi defence and getting the reward. And it looks like it's going to be the central defender in Anthony Tomalic, who steps up for this. Pavlovic has gone into the book. He's at his second. Referee just having a look at his book. A few appeals for second yellow from the crowd. Was he booked in the earlier going, or was it just a talking to? Looks like it might have just been a talking to. So it's a penalty here to Sydney United. Anthony Tomalic. And Vekic with the save. Another penalty there. Play on's the call. Looked like a push in the back in the follow-up. Pakatis it was. What a save from Vekic. What a night from the Marconi custodian. As Marconi looked to come forward in counter-attack. Now Brendan Vella! Manos it was. Denying Marconi a sixth. End-to-end action. 5-0 it might be, but the action flows. The referee's ignored the flag that's gone up. In fact, he's finally recognised that. Perhaps with a bit of assistance from the players on the field. What a save it was. Vekic to deny Tomalic. And it is going to be the youngster, Lachlan Sepping. Fresh off 4 goals in the FFA Cup round 4 midweek. Player who can play in the number 10 role. Also out wide on the left side of the attack. Part of the under-20s here. Mentioned player who has featured for the under-17s Joeys. So a promising youngster. And it looks like he's going to get himself just under 10 minutes of action here at the end of this one. As Pavlovic makes way. Mirjam Pavlovic, a brace tonight, no hat-trick, but what an influential performance. Bit of banter with the Sydney United fans that's gone on throughout the night. It is the Mirjam Pavlovic we know and love. He might have caught up at the banter bench last year. What a character he is. And he's produced a performance of stellar proportions here at Marconi Stadium. Not only a brace, involved in creating goals as well. And you can certainly catch up on all the highlights this week. But Sepping, it is the youngster. And he's the target of this ball. No, it's Mitch Malia, in fact. Sepping's gone over to the right-hand side of the attack. Malia's been very productive on the left, so Tsakenis has left him there. Frangi's gone into the number 9 role. Mentioned Frangie hasn't scored yet in the NPL, but he did score midweek in that FFA Cup game. And he was playing in the number 9 role through the centre. So he's been moved into that spot. Let's see if he can get himself a chance or two before this game's out. Vela. Foul coming there in the midfield from Tariq Mayer. Chance to give you an update from Lambert Park. Blacktown City have taken a late lead there. We're in stoppage time. Blacktown City leading that one by 1-0. So last week they were undone 1-0 on the road. Looks like they might get themselves a win. Still some time remaining there for Sydney FC to try and find an equaliser. As Marconi look to build down the left. All the goals here coming in the first 32 minutes. What a frantic half an hour or so it was. Action on the pitch. Plenty coming from that Marconi attack. The front four of Pavlovic, Jesic, Malia and Frangie really starting to flow with some confidence. Issuing a warning to the rest of the New South Wales National Premier League. After a slow start. Here is Frangie! Forcing a good save from Manos. Certainly a player that likes to forage in those middle areas, Anthony Frangie, and you can see there. Give him half a sniff in that, around the edge of the box. Certainly pack a punch from distance. So that away record I spoke about earlier in the game, 60% of matches heading into round 6. 18 of 30 games in the New South Wales National Premier League have been won by the away side. We're not seeing that here today. A big victory for a home side. Marconi are now strung 2 in a row at home, and they'll be here next week against Terry Palapanis' Sutherland Sharks, who've picked up a point tonight at Seymour Shore. Good point against the team in Manly in good form. So that'll be a great game here next Saturday. Got action also on Good Friday. Couple of big games on Good Friday next week. So a big schedule of 4 across the whole long weekend. Games on Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, Easter long weekend. But here are Marconi trying to make it 6. Ball over to the back post for Frangie now. He's on the dribble, and Maradona, byline! Cleared by Liam Rose. Excellent skill again. Anthony Frangie. The feet in tight areas. He's a full-time scorer at Lambert Park. Blacktown City have defeated Sydney FC by 1-0. So Blacktown, their 3rd win, takes them up to 10 points. So a great result for Mark Crittenden's side. Great start to their season. After losing so many players, many of them coming over here to the Palace, Marconi. It's been a solid start. Another of the players who has come across, Connor Evans. Saw him in a moon boot today. Off his crutches though, which is a good sign. Recovering from a broken foot. Another of the big recruits. Just shows you the option and depth available to Peter Tsakenis and Peter Papathios. Certainly for Miro Vlastelica. He's got Adrian Vlastelica, one of his defenders, out injured with an ankle at the moment. Also I mentioned Markovic, Frajogiannis and Gonzalez. It's basically a whole back 4. So once they come back into the mix, United certainly in the mix on 8 points. This result, though, might just drop them outside of the top 5 for now, but they are in action next Monday. It's going to be another booking here. It's gone to Jordan Roberts. So he joins Yanni Perkatis in the book for United. Certainly for Sydney United, they look to take the lessons out of this one. A slow start from them. Marconi on the front foot early, getting a goal in the opening minute. Seconds into it, Mitch Malia. And can they finish off the game as they started? Jesic over the dead ball. Chance to also give you a couple of progress scores. I can give you an update in the match of the round across NPL 2 over at Linwood Park. MacArthur Rams against St George FC. That's finished 1-1 there in the match of the round. The game also live streamed, so you can certainly catch up on that. All our games on demand on YouTube and Facebook. You can catch up on them anytime. Got more matches across the women's top tier here as well. Great competition that is. The action coming for you tomorrow afternoon as well. Sure to catch up on the live stream action. Our match of the round brought to you by Nicola Pozda. So lots of action still to come. I mentioned 3 games tomorrow in the men's top flight. Wollongong and Apia. Ding dong battle that is for top spot. Both in action tomorrow. So do join us. From Cromer Park also, from Wynn Stadium, also from Hensley Athletic Field and Rockdale Illingdon as well, where Nate Patrick and Adam Santarossa and Nicholas Kutniak will be taking you through all the action there. Yeah. Marconi happy to keep possession here in the meantime with that 5-0 lead. Looks like it'll be only their second clean sheet of the season. They picked one up back in round 3. A 2-0 win away to Sydney FC. Jesic and Pavlovic the scorers on that occasion. So a clean sheet at home against one of the big guns in Sydney United. Vekic producing a penalty stop. A couple of other great saves as well from one of the great custodians in the New South Wales top flight. So certainly the clean sheet will please Peter Tsakenis. As much as the 5 goals in attack. What a 32-minute period it was. Certainly catch up on that. Games on demand. As we go into stoppage time here, United, can they get a late consolation? Simonoski, who earned the penalty a little while ago, drifting into an offside position there. Straight ball coming from Tariq Mayer. He's had a very good night for Sydney United, a losing night for them. But Mayer's been among their best, no doubt about that. Certainly a bit to work on in that defensive shape early on. Plenty of time to build up to that Easter Monday clash against the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. They got their FFA Cup Round 4 game out of the way midweek. Perhaps some of that's taken a toll in the early going here. Quite a few players backing up for their third game in a week. And that's the end of the action here. It is a massive victory, a massive statement from the Marconi Stallions. They did all the damage in the first 32 minutes. A double from Mirjam Pavlovic, a double from Marko Jesic, and one in the opening minute from Mitch Malia. A 5-0 win, a comprehensive win to Peter Tsakenis' side. A massive statement from one of the competition's favourites. What a contest it was, what an occasion it was. A big night here at Marconi Stadium. Hope you have enjoyed the coverage. Tony Tanous with you for the Football New South Wales team. It's been a big night and a big win for the Stallions. A 5-0 win over Sydney United.